Ciao! Oggi su Heavy Metal Heaven abbiamo avuto l'onore di intervistare Christer Krant Anderson, chitarrista della storica heavy power metal band svedese Tudmorrows. Dopo la nostra recensione di March of the Obsequious, che se ti interessa puoi trovare qui sopra, è stata una chiacchierata informale e affascinante, anche grazie alla gentilezza deliziosa di Anderson. Vorremmo ringraziarlo come ringraziamo The Metalist PR per l'opportunità. Detto questo, e dopo un invito ad attivare i sottotitoli se sei italiano, l'intervista è in inglese, possiamo andare. Hello everybody, we are with Chester Anderson, I hope I pronounce it well, from Tudmorrows. How are you? Tell us for our fans.
I'm very fine, thank you.
Okay, start with the interview. March of Obsequious has been released on September the 16th, just a few days ago, 1 month ago. What were the first reaction for the critics and especially from your fans?
Very good, I must say. All the reviews so far has been great, and the fans really seem to like the album. So yeah, we are really pleased, because you never know when you put out a new album if people gonna like it or not. But well, we got lucky this time as well.
So good. Okay, with this album you were able to maintain a high standard of quality. After a really long career as you had, do you have to work hard to stay on this level, or your experience allow how to keep them high fluently?
I don't really know. I mean, of course you get a lot of experience doing this for so long time as we have done, and that is usually a good thing, because you know how to do things, and you know which things you don't do and so on. But in a way it's kind of a bad thing as well, because sometimes I feel that you get a little bit too convenient with what you do, so it's kind of like, yeah, this works, whatever, kind of another day in the office. So you really have to keep attention to that, so you don't just take the easy way all the time. So, but I think we managed to put out a pretty good album, I think, and we're all happy with it. So yeah.
Okay. March of the Obsequious also has a clean and powerful production. Did you pay particular attention to this detail too when you recorded the album?
No, we always do that. I mean, when you record a new album, you always try to push yourself in every aspect. From the songwriting, you always try to write better songs than on the previous albums. When you record it, you try to play better. And as far as the production goes, you also try to make it sound better than the previous album. That is the goal for us when we record an album. Then in the end, I don't know, it's up to everybody to judge if we succeeded or not. I think for every album, it's a kind of a small step in the right direction all the time. Sometimes a bigger step, sometimes a bit smaller step. I don't know what you think, but that's what our goal is.
Okay. My favorite song of your album is Legion. Do you have something to tell about it, or maybe something has happened when you recorded it, or about it?
Well, it's no problem. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to talk about your own songs. You kind of like, I don't have actually any personal favorites on the album or anything like that. I think they're all pretty good. I mean, we recorded 14 songs for this album, but the record company said, well, no guys, we can't do this long albums all the time. So and on the previous album, The Chapter X, we also had recorded 14 songs, and the record company said that, well, do you really want to put out 14 songs? Yes. And they kind of bowed to our will on that album. So we thought that, well, we bow to your will on this album. So we'll see what happened with the other 4 songs. But they're equally as good as the ones that ended up on the album. So yeah, it's, and as you said, Legion. I don't know, good song. So what is it that makes you like that one the most?
I love his epics. I listen in the car, make something when I work, and the song helped me to work well and give me the strong and the force. I think was very epic, and I really like it for this.
Okay, yeah. Oh, well, nice to hear that.
Okay.
Yeah, but as I said, it's kind of hard for me to tell anything about a song. We just write them, and if we like them, we record them. So yeah, I'm glad you like that one.
Yes, it was very nice album. I appreciate very much, and it helped me a lot at work. I am a post woman, so bring the post on house by house on the mountain, because I live near the mountain, and help me to do well my job. I'm very appreciate it.
Okay, yeah. Well, nice to hear.
Todd Morrows has existed than 30 years. From 91 to today, you certainly know how the metal has gone during the time. What has changed for you most that you, in your opinion, that you can saw in this time of your career?
What do you mean? Say again, please. What?
You are famous. Your song from 1991, so a long time. The metal is changed, I guess, since 91. What do you think is changed most, and what do you think about this change?
I think the metal scene has gone. The metal today is more aggressive, and I mean, I'm kind of stuck in the 80s with all the good old bands, Judas Priest, Accept, Iron Maiden, you know all the bands. So, and that is what I still listen to today. So I kind of miss those times a little bit, so to say, because whenever a new band put out a new album or whatever, it's usually just kind of death metal-ish, and I don't really like that. Very good playing, but I can't. I mean, all the growling vocalists, it's just too much for me. And I think that it kind of misses the point for me. I mean, I know it's a huge genre of metal today, and it's very popular, and I'm fine by that. But to me, it's kind of like if you try to sound angry, which could be a good thing in a song, but if you sound like you're so goddamn pissed off all the songs, all album after album, you really don't sound that angry. It just gets boring, I think. They're pretty much more like perhaps the vocal style of John Oliva of Savatage, where he can sing very sweet and then angry and stuff. I mean, that really gives a dimension to the songs, and yeah, whatever. But nowadays it's just more like everybody tries to play as fast as they can and be so angry and just scream their lungs out from the first song to the last song. It's kind of like, well, that's not for me. So, but I mean, everything changes, and I mean, I can still listen to the old-fashioned metal that I prefer. So, I'm fine by that, so to say. But I think it's kind of it's getting more and more aggressive, and like many people say, perhaps it's just a reflection of today's society. Might be so, but sometimes I kind of wonder. It might also be the other way around, because whenever you see a new TV series or a movie, it's always some creepy mass murder. Everything is just dark, and I don't really like that. So it's kind of like perhaps we are creating this bad society, and that the music and culture perhaps is not a reflection of a bad society. Maybe it's the other way around. I don't know if it is something like that, but sometimes I really wonder if, well, perhaps it could be a little bit of that as well. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, because I don't like too much death metal or extreme metal. I can understand the music, but my husband, for example, he loves it. because he could understand what they want. He could understand maybe the rage that you're talking about, but just when he listened to music, because the music must be a word in itself, not out. Because if you put the rage out of the music, could be a problem. So I don't know how the metal was going on and the future of metal. I know that I prefer melodic metal, but there's my, of course, what I think, because it's what I like. But if you can separate the music and the reality, it's alright for me. Of course, I don't want to listen because I don't like, but that's no problem if the other people listen for me, of course.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, because for me personally, it's kind of like, I really like my music to be not exactly an escape from reality, but something different than reality, because we got reality every day, all the time. So it's kind of like, I don't want more reality. I want to travel away from it for a little while and listen to some good melodic music. That's how I am.
I agree, because we need something to think about, about reality.
Not
I think
always.
We need something else.
Yeah, and not just to listening to people how angry they are about society all the time, because we know everybody's angry anyway. So it's nice to escape.
Sometimes the music helps with reality, because sometimes it's important the social music for very important moment. But it's it need something constructive, not something destructive. For me.
I agree with you. And I mean, of course, if you have something to say, you should do that, and please use music. And if you are angry and you sing in a death metal band, well, do it of all your heart, so to say. But I think that a lot of bands nowadays are kind of like, they don't really have that much to say, but they just sound angry anyway, because that's what's popular today. Which is also fine, but I'm not interested in it. But I mean, everybody can do whatever they like and prefer to do. So yes, and I got a lot of friends playing death metal bands and whatever, and we have a good time whenever we meet and things like that. So, but I don't really listen that much to it. So.
And in today's scene, there's a band do you like, new band that you like, that you think it could be a great band in the future?
I don't really know. I mean, I try to find new bands, but I rarely come across something new that I really like. So, but I mean, we have a band from our hometown, a bunch of younger kids. They play death metal, of course, but they are very good, and they released their first album about this time, I think. They're called Faustus. It's very technical death metal, but they're talented musicians and nice guys. So, well, perhaps they can be pretty famous pretty soon, perhaps. I don't know. Well, time will tell.
Okay, we'll see. Maybe.
But for me, it's kind of like, I don't know, the last time I discovered a new band, I'm more kind of like, I'm happy when Saxon put out a new album, or accept or whatever, because that's so much better than anything else. I think. I mean, the two latest albums that I really like is actually the latest by Judas Priest and the latest by Saxon. Very good albums. Kind of like when I heard them the first time, it was kind of like, yeah, this is how it should be done.
They are very big name of the scene, the great name of the scene. And what are the Todd Morus future? You can say something about your future, about the album.
Well, we'll see. We try to play as much live as possible, because that's what we really think is the most fun you can have, so to say. So actually, for us, writing songs and putting out album is just an excuse to go out and play live because you need some new songs to play live. So we play in Stockholm in Sweden the next weekend, and we got other couple of shows booked or being booked as we speak, but no big tours or anything yet. But next year in 2023, it will be 30 years since we put out our first album. So we have a couple of ideas what we want to do about that, and we'll see what happens. So maybe perhaps bring in some old members, or I don't really know yet. We'll see what happens.
Italy, maybe?
Yeah, we never played in Italy before.
You can come.
Yeah,
we wait you.
We would really love to do that. I think we played in most European countries and in America and whatever, but we never played in Italy, and we never played in Denmark for some weird reason. It just hasn't happened yet, so hopefully we'll do that next year.
We hope, because next summer is still full of concerts. The first name very big was released, Iron Maiden, the first come in my mind. So we can hope for Ted Burrows. Why not?
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
not?
Keep your fingers crossed. Perhaps we get the chance to come to Italy.
And I will come. And I will come to see you.
Yeah, please do.
So the conclusion is always free. You can finish the interview as you want.
Okay, well, I hope everybody likes the new album, and as we just said, I really hope that we get the chance to come to Italy and play live for you, because I think that's the best way to experience Tad Morose, is to come see a live show. Listening to the album is, well, perhaps a good idea, but come see us live. Then you really get to know and get the feeling of what we are all about. So, and let's hope that the world stays at least a little bit sane, so nobody pushes any buttons or whatever and
we hope no.
Up the whole thing. Yeah, we never know. So, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this interview and for your kindness. You're a very nice person. Thank you.
Same to you. Take care. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.